quickly invaded all spheres of society, including the sphere of public policy. The main channels of communication were television and the press, which remained the most important tools of the informational impact. The subject of research on social movements was formed within the framework of political psychology. In the current discourse, goals and resources, organizational forms, action strategies, self-identification, frames of protest action, culture, ideology, and media are considered as significant resources for the formation of social movements. The events of the end of November 2013, February 2014 went down in the history of Ukraine as Euromaidan, or the Revolution of Dignity. The protests began 6 years ago after the Ukrainian government announced the suspension of the course towards European integration. From that moment, they began to closely monitor what was happening in the capital of Ukraine, Kiev. Euromaidan in Ukraine in 2013-2014 showed the high ability of social media to solve problems in the field of mobilization and communication of protesters. With the help of social networks, the members of the revolution coordinated the protest segment of the population, collected material resources, delivered and resettled the discontent from various regions of the country, carried out psychological pressure on the authorities, disseminated methodological recommendations on nonviolent and violent forms of protest, information on the location of law enforcement officers, gaining access to blocked internet resources, etc. Because of this revolution, on social network Facebook were created the communities such as Euromaidan, Medical Service Maidan, etc. Microblogging network Twitter worked the page Euromaidan. As of December 3rd, 2013, 126,000 users said they liked the Euromaidan community. Almost all the information in the group was published in Ukrainian. The page was intensively updated with the latest news that provoked discussions. The community was used to provide important logistical information for the protesters. Messages were prepared for users with the maps of places where there were mobile hitting points. Users received tips on how to avoid conflict with the provocators. Templates from printing leaflets were published. Also, users received information about the next gathering of protesters. Having examined the work of social networks to achieve the objectives of the Ukrainian color revolution of 2013-2014, we can draw the following conclusions. First, social networks performed mobilization, coordination, communication, propaganda, and informational functions, and also acted as a tool for consulting resources and psychological impact on opponents. Secondly, the social network communities as well as single users acted with the framework of single system, the fastening links of which were the hashtags Euromaidan. Thirdly, the activities of the main internet communities of the color revolution in Ukraine in 2013-2014, Euromaidan, were funded by foreign funds through international foundations and non-profit organizations. Fourth, the communities on Facebook social networks were used to influence the Ukrainian target audience, and the microblogging network Twitter was used to give more information for the international community. Thus, social network operated with the framework of the unified system of information technologies were interact in the time and space and were involved in the implementation of the coup in Ukraine. Thank you for your attention, and you can find the video script in the link down below. Thank you.